In this video, we will discuss Bill Gates and his characteristics that have made him an influential business leader. We will allow the following questions to lead our discussion about Bill Gates and his leadership abilities. What influences in Bill's life affected his leadership ability and style? What behaviors, traits, or skills does Bill Gates possess or utilize? And finally, what theories and concepts of leadership best describe and explain Bill Gates? The following quote by Des Dearlove in his book, Business the Bill Gates Way, sums up why we believe that Bill Gates is one of the most influential leaders of our time. Quote, Bill Gates is a modern business phenomenon, the greatest of the cyber tycoons. His is not simply a story of technical brilliance and enormous wealth. It is one of remarkable business vision and an obsessive desire to win. It is also about a leadership style that is radically different to anything the business world has seen before. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955. He grew up in Seattle with his two sisters. His father, William H. Gates II, is a Seattle attorney, and his late mother, Mary Gates, was a school teacher and chairwoman of the United Way International. Gates attended public elementary school and the private Lakeside School. There he discovered his interest in software and began programming at the age of 13. In 1973, Gates entered Harvard University, where he lived down the hall from Steve Ballmer, now Microsoft's Chief Executive Officer. While at Harvard, Gates developed a version of the programming language BASIC for the first microcomputer, the MITS Altar. Gates left Harvard in his junior year to devote his time to Microsoft, a company that he began with his childhood friend Paul Allen. He was guided by a vision that the computer would be a valuable tool in every desktop office in every home. Gates' foresight and his vision for the personal computing have been central to the success of Microsoft and the software industry. On January 1st, 1994, Bill Gates married Melinda French of Dallas, Texas. They've had 3 children together, Jennifer, Rory, and Phoebe. What traits, behaviors, or skills does Bill Gates possess or utilize that help define him as a leader? We have identified several traits that Bill Gates exhibits in his leadership approach. By far the most important trait that has led Bill Gates and many others to enormous amounts of prestige and success is his visionary abilities. He saw the potential for computers on every work desk and in every home office. Therefore, he purchased the right to use QDOS from Seattle Computer Products for $25,000. And then he purchased all the rights for $50,000 and renamed the system MS-DOS. Bill knew that there would be other vendors who would want to purchase the right to use MS-DOS from him, and he was correct. IBM purchased the right to use MS-DOS on their computers, although it was renamed PC-DOS on the IBM computers. The second most important characteristic that Bill Gates possesses is his knowledge of personal computing and programming. Bill Gates has been working with computers since the age of 13, and he has excelled in this field the entire time. A former high school teacher of Bill Gates has been quoted as stating that he would often ask Bill Gates and his friends for computer advice because Bill Gates and his friends were so knowledgeable with computers. Also, Bill Gates attended Harvard for 3 years, but dropped out his junior year because he spent the days reading computer magazines and programming computer code. Bill Gates is very assertive and authoritative in nature, especially in the early years of Microsoft. He definitely says what he thinks. He has even been known to have a heated temper during board meetings. He fosters an environment of constructive criticism that enables him and his co-workers to generate very creative solutions to very technical problems. While Bill Gates can be authoritative and controlling, as Microsoft grew in size, he was forced to learn how to delegate tasks to his managers and allow them to do their jobs without his intervention. Microsoft hires the brightest talent available. Therefore, Bill believes the employees are smart and can be trusted. In an ultimate display of his ability to delegate, Bill Gates is currently in the transition of stepping down as Microsoft's chairman and chief engineer. Competitive is a word that is used quite often to describe Bill Gates' behavior. Bill Gates is known to be very competitive when it comes to beating out his competitors, and he would do so at almost any cost. Money isn't the motivator for Bill, winning is. Bill Gates has even voiced his opinion on the kind of competitive nature that we need to nurture in the United States in order to stay competitive globally in the technology industry by writing an article for the Washington Post entitled, "How to Keep America Competitive." Charisma is defined as a personal magnetism, or charm that enables an individual to gain the attention and respect of large groups of people. For the technology industry, intellectual capital is the most critical asset to possess. Bill Gates' charisma is what enabled him to recruit and hire some of the brightest talent available. This is an important characteristic for Bill Gates because the industry that he is in demands the very best employees. Gates aggressively goes after the best and brightest minds available to him. According to Gates, nothing is unavailable. Bill Gates is considered to be extremely demanding. He fired Microsoft's first company president after only 11 months on the job due to a perceived lack of performance. He holds himself to the same demanding standards. Bill Gates is an intense businessman who typically puts in 16-hour days. He took only 2 3-day vacations in the first 5 years of Microsoft's existence. Gates is demanding and strong-willed about implementing his vision. Co-workers, clients, and industry analysts also remarked, however, that he refuses to surround himself with yes-sayers and is more than willing to change his mind if someone convinced him of a better alternative. Bill Gates is known in his industry as being very generous, not only in terms of his philanthropic activities. For example, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the largest in the world of its kind and has over $34 billion in endowment, but in terms of management compensation as well. He developed compensation packages that more than entice hard work and loyalty. Most of his dedicated and highly valued employees have become wealthy right along with him. Bill Gates has never been short on ambition. In 1975, when Microsoft began, personal computers were widely dismissed as mere toys for hobbyists. But he and Paul Allen, his high school friend and co-founder of Microsoft, immediately recognized the implications of the microprocessor for business as well as for personal use, and its potential to revolutionize everyday life for billions of people worldwide. In 1981, IBM selected Microsoft to be the main supplier of operating systems for Big Blue's first personal computer. This was Microsoft's first big step toward defining the software standards of the PC industry. Its Windows operating systems and Office productivity programs are the dominant PC software today. Bill Gates shows his ambition beyond Microsoft as well. He actively tries to make a difference in some of the most poverty-stricken regions of the world. Bill Gates has experienced enormous success throughout his career at Microsoft. In addition, he has led many others to enormous success as well. Bill Gates is not, however, a universally great leader. He possesses many of the traits that great leaders have, and a few traits that characteristically hinder effective leadership, such as his willingness to allow anger to take control of his actions. Throughout the years, Bill Gates has become very callous to confrontation and strong language. Another hindrance to effective leadership is Bill's insistence on micromanaging his company in the early years. There is no doubt that Bill Gates' success as a leader centers on his visionary abilities. Couple his vision with the relentless ambition and overall aggressive business practices, and the result is a very powerful leader, provided that the situation fits his personality. Bill Gates' leadership style can best be explained and understood by Fiedler's contingency model of leadership. Fiedler's model of leadership is prescriptive in nature, meaning it will dictate or prescribe which leader will be most effective in a particular situation. Bill Gates, as a leader, tends to operate most effectively in situations where task-oriented behavior is appropriate, just as the model indicates. One leadership characteristic has been Bill's saving grace over the years, and that is his expertise in the personal computing and software industry. Although he may come off as crass or even downright rude, it is his expertise coupled with his limited use of charisma that warrants respect from his co-workers. It is the fact that his co-workers have respect for him that has minimized the damage of his counterproductive traits. In conclusion, past experiences in Bill Gates' life have shaped and molded him into the successful leader that he is today. Early on in private school, he started writing software at the age of 13. In Harvard, Bill Gates developed the vision that is today becoming the most prominent software company in the world. Bill Gates possesses many positive as well as a few negative leadership traits. Therefore, Fiedler's leadership theory best explains Bill Gates' leadership style. A combination of past experience and proven leadership abilities has led him to become one of the richest men in the world.